Hi, this is Dan from Simply Productive Tips. In this video, I'll show you how to create a simple CRM using just Google Sheets. No software, no subscriptions, no code, just a free, flexible system you can customize for your business. First, a quick note. To follow along with this tutorial, you'll need a Google account. If you don't have one yet, you can easily create one for free by visiting accounts.google.com. Let's get started. All right, let's start by going to Google Drive at drive.google.com. And from here, we're going to create a Google Sheet. Let's give it a name. Let's call it Customer Relationship Manager. We can get rid of this table, pop out for a minute here. And now we're going to add the following headers: first name, last name, email, phone, company maybe would be good, last contacted, notes, and status. Let's go ahead and bold the first row here so we know it's our headers. And then we're also going to freeze the first row. And this is going to allow us to scroll up and down in the spreadsheet without affecting the headers. We'll be able to see those at all times. What's else? We might want to add some filters. Let's see. Create filter, and this will allow us to filter for the different fields when the time comes. And then let's just add an example customer here, Joe Smith, 5 ABC Corp. We last contacted Joe on, let's say, July 25th, 2024. Joe is looking for a quote for service sometime in, this will be fine. And Joe is not a customer yet, so I'll call him, give him a status of like lead or something like that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add a bunch more data and then we'll continue from there. All right, now that we have some sample data, we can start taking a look and making some improvements on what we already have. This doesn't look bad, but if I look at status, there's only a few statuses that I want to be available. So maybe we'll add some data validation there. So we can do that by clicking on the column letter, going up to data, and then clicking on data validation. So there's only a few statuses that I want. So let's go ahead and add rule. It's going to automatically fill in the unique values in that column already. Status is the header. We don't need it, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. And then let's give these guys some colors so it's easier to figure out from just a glance what they actually mean. Active is green for good, we'll say. Inactive is red for bad. And then a lead, we'll say, is blue. I think that looks pretty good. Actually, let's also add referral, and we'll call that purple. Perfect. So now we have our four values here. We don't want users to be able to select anything else, so that's what they're going to use. We'll click done. We'll go ahead and close the data validation rules, pop out. And now we can see that we have drop downs for every single column. Oh, looks like we go ahead and change the column from H2 to H. We'll just say 1000 for now. Okay. All right, so we have our leads. So now when we're adding new users or new customers, we can come in here and click the drop down and then just click one of the values. So that's pretty cool. And as you can see, we can see at a glance which ones are active or inactive. We can change these as needed. Another thing that might be useful is to know how many days it was since we've last contacted one of these customers. So we can do that by adding a new column. So we can do insert columns. We'll go ahead and do one to the right of the last contacted date. And we're going to say days since last contact here. And then we're going to use what's called a formula to calculate how many days it's been. So we can do that by starting with the equal sign and then using a function called today and then subtracting the value in column F here. If we hit enter, it's going to tell us the days since. Now as you can see, it's giving us a date. So this thinks it's formatted as a date. So let's go ahead and highlight that. Click format number, and we're going to just call this a number. Actually, we'll try this again. Format number. We'll say automatic. Let me go ahead and click on the cell. Click on the little blue dot here, hold it, and drag all the way down. And this will fill it in for the rest of our customers here. Now we can see that we have a number that says days since. Maybe there's something in our process where we call any customers that we haven't talked to in at least 30 days. We want to make that look really good here and stand out. So we can go ahead again, highlight the column by clicking on G. And we'll do some formatting. And we're going to do what's called conditional formatting. And we're going to say that if the value is greater than 30 days, we want to highlight that cell as red. And click done. Go ahead and close this. And now we can see that all customers that we haven't talked to in a while. That's a weird date there. Let's change that real quick. Are red. Some other things we might want to do. We can see that the notes field here, text is kind of getting lost. We can't see all the notes. We can make the column a little bit bigger. We can turn on something like word wrap. So format, wrapping, wrap. We can see it all here a little bit better. We can make sure that the date column is formatted as a date. Format number, date. That looks pretty good. Some other things we can do, we can filter by specific values in each of these columns. So remember we did some filtering, or we added this filter to the first row previously. So we can kind of take a look. Let's see, if we want to just see what all of our leads are, we can click on lead and then OK. And now we have 3 leads, or 2 leads, sorry, that we know that we need to follow up with and see how they're doing. See if we can close that sale. That's it. A no-cost CRM using just Google Sheets. If you want to grab a copy of this template, there's links in the description. If you need anything else, go to getsimplyproductive.com. Thank you. See you next time.